Hello, everyone. I'm Allison, and welcome to another season of Big Brother, season 27. This
That's
is
crazy.
Yeah.
27. And I just want to say, um, not that I want to start this out on a somber note or anything, but this is the first season of Big Brother that I'm starting to cover without my little confidant resting
Oh, yeah.
next to me in his little
Aw.
bed,
Mhm.
passing all kinds of judgment and pooping in his cat box. My Finley Mitchell Kelly is, this is my first season without him. So to honor his memory, I'm just going to say, oh,
I can promise you, Allison, he is still watching and judging.
he's definitely doing something.
He is still watching and
From
judging.
far above or far below. Who knows?
I feel like he's hanging out in purgatory.
Oh,
Am I frozen?
No,
Nope.
is
Oh,
my hold on. Somebody, I think it might be my internet. Test, test, test. Hello.
No, you're
I,
good. You're great.
you're a little blurry, but I can hear and see you.
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
just
okay.
don't turn
All right.
sideways. You'll
Um,
disappear.
I know I'm like scared to touch anything. But so yeah, so we're waiting for Beth to restart her computer before we hop into the draft proper. But I figured like let's chat about like the upcoming season for a few minutes, and I want to start with how amazing the house looks. Like I think like
Yeah.
or none, this is like the best house scene I think we've ever had. And Andrew, go ahead, roll your eyes at me all you want, but
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
say
no, no,
it's
no,
like a
no,
Big
no.
Brother
I
Canada
agree.
house.
I
Like
agree. I'm not rolling eyes. I agree. I said
that's
that
how
when the
good
pictures
it
came
is.
out.
Like
When the pictures came out, I told my wife, I said, "This is the best house they've ever had," and she said, "You say that every year."
It looks like a murder mystery
yeah.
house. It looks like
I
Clue.
I really really like the house. The last time I felt this way about a house was Big Brother 8. I feel like it was just a
Yeah.
unique, like they really committed to the Alice in Wonderland, and I feel like they're really going to commit to the murder mystery here. And I will say thank you, traders, for recruiting Big Brother people so that the Big Brother producers had to look at that and say, oh, that's what a house should be decorated like, and then do that. So
Right.
thank you to traders for that.
But before we start, I'm a little frustrated because Allison told everyone to bring their own little evidence what you're bringing into the Big Brother house
I've
envelope,
got it
and
now.
okay, and almost everyone forgot. But I
I
like put a lot
I
of thought
wasn't
into
told
mine.
this.
Can I hold up a
I,
fake envelope? I
I
don't know.
put a lot of thought into mine, and I need to read it.
You just have to say what you're going to bring to the Big Brother house. You
Oh
don't,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Hold on.
fine.
I
I'm
got it.
gonna bring into the Big Brother house my nice, sweet, calm, drama-free, introverted, amazing, everyone loves me, non-aggressive personality.
Nice.
I will hold you to that for the whole season.
Okay. Okay. Are you ready? I'm going to be bringing my shitty C Spire fiber optic internet to my weekly meltdowns coverage of Big Brother 27
Very nice.
and Sass.
Aaron, what about you?
I will be bringing long rants about whatever BS production decided to do that week, as far as a twist or just really weird editing choice. Yeah.
I will bring a counter for how many times the house guests say, so I walked onto the backyard. I'm gonna do like a counter like the whole season
Oh,
and
please
report
do it.
back every time we go live. That's gonna be my contribution this year. Beth, what are you bringing? What are you bringing to Big Brother 27?
I am bringing barely enough tenacity to deal with this bullshit, and I promise that if the season sucks, to stop watching it so that it'll get better. Because when I don't watch
Yes.
Big Brother,
Mhm.
apparently the season is good. So I promise to quit so the show
Mhm.
gets better.
Ooh,
There you go.
yeah,
There
I
you
If
love
go.
it.
it's bad
Okay.
at first.
Thank
If
you for your
not,
sacrifice.
yeah, you're welcome. If
Thank you
if
for
it's
being
good,
tribute.
then it's like I didn't have to bring anything to the party, you know?
Yeah.
Just
I do have to say the like in that regard, Beth, like the bar was set so high in my opinion for how great Big Brother 26 was. Like the cast was excellent, the twists were really good. They are bringing back the AI arena this season. Very happy about that. The comps were pretty equitable. We had our first like female like unanimous winner as well. So the bar's like set really high for Big Brother 27 to clear, and I'm really curious if Big Brother 27 is going to be like like a step forward, or like are we going to like regress a little bit this year? I don't know. I'm curious to see where we go with Big Brother 27. But if it's anything like the house design, like I'm really hyped and really really pumped for it. So
Okay, I'll put out a theory.
okay,
I feel like in Big Brother history, the seasons ending in 6 and the seasons ending in 7 were always linked together, with the 7 being probably touted as like the better version of the. So I'm gonna go by history and say maybe that BB 27 will be like BB 26, but better.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I just want to say hi to everyone in the chat, Kylan, Dominic, and Joseph. Sorry, go ahead, Andrew.
I'm nervous
Yeah. Thank you.
because not the cast doesn't bother me as much as it does other people. But based on what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, I think it's going to be over twisted, and I'm very nervous that there's going to be too much.
dreadful.
Like too
I'm-
many immunity idols.
Twist those twists, if you will.
Yeah.
I guess that's my nerve right now is that I just feel like they're DTMing, as my high school kids would say. I feel like we're doing a little too much right now
That's what
and
DTM means?
doing too much. Yes.
Ooh, it's my new acronym.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
That's a trust me.
Allison's new acronym has been around for like 5-6 years now. Popular.
But also taking a
Right.
look at history, like if a twist sucks, they'll take it out
They'll just stop
very
it.
quick. Like remember Takeover that didn't last?
Let's everybody get ready for a takeover.
Takeover.
We'll just
But
quit.
we have the AI arena, which is now called the Blockbuster, coming back.
Oh.
We have this
Just call it the
7.
blockchain buster because I was like, okay, blockchain,
We have the 17th house guest. We have a mystery accomplice. We have a masked house guest. Like it's already being set up to me to be a little too much. And that usually takes away from gameplay, takes away from drama, but also it takes away from editing and really getting the stories in, even though we do have a 90-minute episode now, because we're having to do too much explanation. So I guess that's my nerve right now.
I called it. I said it. I said, you wait. We're going to have a 90-minute freaking Big Brother coming our way. We'll
You
survive
did say it.
on Wednesdays. Thank God it's not Thursday. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I don't need it.
I don't need it either.
Do we want to make any like predictions about the 17th house guest before we start drafting? Like, what are we thinking?
It's going to be so
Yeah, I think
90s.
this is where I know that the theory that Aaron put out was about 6 and 7. But I think that they're going to do a little 25 action and have that 17th house guest be like somebody in like the Survivor-esque kind of, or,
Yeah.
Big Brother, probably not the challenge. I don't know. But somebody who's a big personality that way, or some kind of like celebrity. But I don't see if they did do that, it would be cool if it is just like Suri, where she's related to somebody in the house. Like, I think that would be cool too. Is if we figure out like, oh, Keanu is actually related. Here's Keanu Reeves, or I'm just kidding.
He's related to Keanu Reeves.
Keanu's.
And with that
That's
in mind, I
not how
have a
relation
prediction.
works, Beth. But it's still funny as anyway. I just thought that would be kind of like. It just would be fun to have like another family connection that's not like, I don't know.
I just think I don't want to know about it if they're related until more than halfway through the game. I'm serious. I don't want to know.
Question: when does Amazing Race premiere?
September.
Because I was thinking, I mean, not that Suri was really cross promotion at the time, but I'm thinking like if there's like a show that's coming on or something that's like Like if there's a challenge that's about to happen, like somebody would be coming in as it being like a, hey, we're promoting the Amazing Race, so here's
That makes sense because
Jag's
not this
brother.
next season, but the season after that is going to be the Big Brother
Yeah.
contestants and their
Oh yeah.
on Amazing Race. So it would make sense to do this and then have, but yeah,
So-
I wouldn't. The Amazing Race is hard though because it's normally 2 people.
Yeah. I mean, they did it for Jackie.
I'm really prescribing to the theory that it's Rachel Riley. I
don't
love
think
all
it's
this
Rachel.
internet
I don't
chatter
believe
about
it
her.
though.
Okay,
I didn't believe
so
Siri though
somebody
either, but
I just saw on TikTok like all of the keys like in the like for the hotel check-in thing at like the front of the house. The keys say like 762010 or something like that, and that is the premiere date for Big Brother 12, which Rachel's first season was. And okay, so like even if like all of that's true, just entertain me for 1 second. I think having Rachel Riley play again at this stage in her life would be really, really fun. We would get a totally different Rachel than the like, ain't nobody gonna come between me and my man kind of Rachel that we like fell in love with like 10, 15 years ago, whatever. But I don't know. I would just really love to see Rachel play. Like there could be a lot worse picks than if it is Rachel or if it is like Tucker. Like I would even love for it to be Tucker as well.
Oh God, no.
Well, actually, here's also another thing.
No.
If that's correct, that also
Angela.
probably would have been the night that we would have been introduced to a certain person who technically was not a house guest. And in another season that's about mysteries, would it be fitting? I don't know if they would ever do something like this, but would it be fitting to be like, hey, Saboteur, you failed last time. Put you in the house as an actual house guest and see what happens this time with Annie.
Ooh, I would love that. I think Annie's like one of the better first boots, honestly. I would be very okay with that too. Andrew, what do you think?
So, okay. From what I've seen and what I know, I don't know. I don't think it's Rachel because they have been adamant that there were no returning house guests. I think Rachel Riley I think Rachel Riley could be the accomplice that they're talking about.
Oh.
Right? I think Rachel's not a player in the game, but she's somehow associated in an accomplice standpoint.
Like Island of the Idols kind of thing?
Kind of maybe. But I think the accomplice is going to have to do with the 17th house guest, so that could be fairing. But they have said no returning house guests, so I don't think it's Rachel. I also think that from the promo picture, the person looks very male presenting. So that also makes me think that it's not Rachel Riley. I am down to love it or hate it, and I don't love it. Boston Rob.
No.
Oh, no.
Or I actually think that they might, and Tyler, you'll have to weigh on this a little more. And the fact that I'm saying this is crazy. I think they might go a BB Can.
I would love that.
Wow. I would freak.
And nobody's talked about
BB
that.
Can.
BB Can.
Yeah.
Nobody's talked about that. But bringing international people into seasons has been such a trend lately.
Yeah,
and I
that's true.
really could see a BB
Thank
Can.
you, Drag Race.
Yes.
No,
Something
Drag
of
Race
that.
started it all. I'm convinced.
But I think I don't know why, but I'm thinking maybe a BB Can player of some sort. Now that Canada doesn't have a Big Brother, it gives them maybe a way to pull some audience base from that a little bit, pull some fan base there. So that's an out there left field. I'm feeling Boston Rob, but I'm hoping. I had always thought Parvati. Parvati, the clues lined up. I thought it was Parvati, but this male presenting picture that's come out makes me think against that. I mean, the 116 was on there. She's got the book coming out. They said polarizing. I was thinking Parvati, but now I do just have this. I don't know. My heart says Boston Rob, but my head says it's going to be somebody from BB Can, and I don't know who that would be because I'm not a BB Can.
What's the polarizing thing?
Yeah, what was the polarizing?
Julie Chen said it's a very polarizing person.
I would.
Oh.
I
Maybe
would just
Frankie.
Not Tucker then.
Yeah, I'd be so gagged if it ended up being like a drag queen from Drag Race.
That'd be
And
cool.
just be like, here you
Ooh,
I
go.
have no problem with
Because
that.
the queens are starting to get cast on things.
Yeah.
You know, so they haven't been on Survivor or Big Brother yet.
Maybe it's Julie. Maybe Julie's going to drop the mic and walk into the
No.
Big Brother
Hold
house.
on.
And Jeff Probst is going to come out of
Nope.
mist
Nope. I got it.
Smoke.
I got it.
Wait,
I got it.
from a jet ski.
What do you think it is?
If we're talking polarizing, and Julie said it would be polarizing from both directions, it's Les Moonves.
Oh! Let's start the draft.
I want you all to know if it's Les Moonves, I'm already out, and I made good on the promise. I made good on the promise.
Oh gosh. Would it be weird to do? I was gonna say like a Johnny Fairplay, but I was like, I don't even know if they would reach in that direction.
Kylan says TJ Lavin, and I actually think that would be so.
It would be really funny. It would
He
be
would
really
kill
funny.
the competition. The
really-
guy's broken his entire body.
Oh my gosh,
I mean, shit.
I mean,
that'd be
You know how I
great.
feel about quitters.
Could be a Bananas or like a C or no, well, no, not me, CJ, but Wes. I don't know. Trying to think of more like, yeah, people making the reality circuit right now.
TJ Lavin doesn't have time because they will not stop filming the challenge.
isn't
they will
he
not
off the
stop.
challenge now?
Huh?
No,
Who
he's
just-
still going.
who's-
I don't even know
who
what
just
season
got
we're on.
replaced? Wasn't there just somebody who
JLP, Australian Survivor.
Oh,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
he's the house guest. That's who I
Oh,
was
I would
thinking.
love
Like,
to
who-
see
I was
JLP.
thinking TJ.
I would actually. That would actually be a really
What if
funny
it's
bait and
Josh
switch if they're like, "Hey, so JLP's not returning. He's actually on Big Brother." So.
All right, guys, we got
All right.
16 people.
Yes.
Go
So
for
I
it.
would put out there. I have no information to go off of. I'm literally going to say like one sentence about each person, and
Mhm.
I don't think I'm really going to contribute much otherwise. And I just want to put that out there. I've only looked at the photos and like the little bio thing. That's it.
There's not much to go off of, honestly. Like there's like one diary room interview that they did with Mike Bloom. So honestly, like you didn't miss like too much. So okay, so some ground rules before we get started. So Aaron, as the draft winner for Big Brother 26, he got the lovely pleasure of getting to pick the order. So I'm gonna present our newly designed draft for this year. And okay, there we go. Also, my internet is being really weird,
Oh,
so I
you gotta
apologize if
fix
I have to
the-
like go out and. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, two team Aarons. Yeah.
Team
Oh, okay.
Andrew. Okay, so Aaron has picked the order of Allison, Beth, Aaron, myself, and Andrew. So I'm gonna move our little pictures around. There we go. So how this is gonna work is we're gonna go snake style. So it's gonna go Allison, Beth, Aaron, myself, Andrew, and then Andrew will get the next pick, and we're gonna go backwards towards Allison, and then she picks twice, going back to Andrew for the last pick. Now you're like, wait a minute, there's either 16 or 17 house guests. What's gonna happen to the two undrafted? We each have 3 picks here, totaling 15. So whoever has the first boot will inherit the undrafted person first. If there is a mystery 17th house guest playing and it's not like a murder mystery twist or something like that, then the second boot eliminated will then inherit whoever the mystery house guest is. So, maybe a little incentive to pick somebody that is like a little risky of a pick, but could be one of the first 2 evicted, and then you inherit, like Rachel Riley or like whoever else, you know what I mean? So there is some big risk, big reward here. But with that being said, Allison, you have the first pick of the night, so let's hear it.
Wasn't prepared. I never get to pick first. Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me pull my little person up.
Oh. I was
Not
just-
her internet cutting when
Oh,
she
no.
finally gets to go first.
Wait, and her face too. Hold on, I have to
My
I'm
first.
screenshotting this. I just
So
know,
good.
like behind her computer screen now, she's going like, God
He's
damn it,
screaming.
this internet. It's driving me crazy. I can't
It's so-
believe this.
I spent $7,000 a month on this internet.
We're only 20 minutes into
Allison!
this podcast, and I can't even give.
We
Wait,
are just so
Andrew, I think you're
professional here.
muted.
Yeah, you're
Oh.
muted, Andrew.
Oh no, Allison.
Nope. Still can't hear you.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, essentially, yeah, I put Allison first, and then I put Beth afterwards for a second pick. I picked Chelsea last year with the third pick, so I was like, oh, I'll just do that for me again.
yeah.
And then I gave Tyler fourth
Hey,
pick and
Allison's
Andrew
back.
So I
fifth
just want
pick.
to point out that my effing internet waited. I don't know what you guys heard because I had my other screen up talking about my first pick and nobody was saying anything. And I can't go, hello?
Yeah, the last
is
thing we heard was,
Allison.
I'm going to drag my little person. And then
She
nothing
said,
else.
I'm going to drag this little person. And I choose. And I
No.
said, not the fact that we waited a good, 5 seconds or so of just silence. And I went, not her freezing when she finally gets her first pick. And
Oh, I
isn't-
kind of did. It was like for a second, and then it went away.
I can't
hear-
put my, I
Yes,
can't have my
I
thing
heard.
up
I
at the
heard.
same
Can you
time with
hear?
my
And then it
notes
cut
up.
off.
Okay, so I can't have my notes up apparently because I have the C Spire fiber optic internet. My
Okay.
first pick is Jimmy.
Jimmy. Okay.
Oh,
And my notes say something along the lines as he's a strategy consultant,
AI consultant. Yeah.
and he under strategy is like a big thing. It's manipulate. It's a lot. It's a strategy. I think it's a good thing. I don't know. Yeah, I just liked it.
Fair.
So I don't know. I feel like he's a very generic, like mean white gay, if that makes any sense. I don't get like good energy from him, and I don't quite know why yet. Also, like he's 25, but he kind of low key looks like 40. So I don't know. I am curious how he does, but my question is like, what is it about this guy that got him cast? Because I don't really see anything like special or unique about him. I'm sorry, Allison. I'm
Tyler,
sorry.
you shit on every white gay man every single year, you sassy little bitch.
I'm sorry. I just don't. If we were in the house together, he would not be my pick for an alliance.
So Tyler, I'm going to play devil's advocate for a second
Yeah.
because of Julie's mention of polarizing and him being a strategy consultant in Washington, D.C., I was thinking that it possibly could be the 17th house guest is a politician that knows him somehow.
Ooh, I like that theory.
Oh,
So that's totally left field, but that's
Polarizing,
where we're
yeah.
at right now.
Yeah.
Is he
Oh
the
my God,
Senate
what if
twink?
it's Lindsey Graham because he sucked his cock before?
It could be. I was gonna say, what is he the Senate twink?
Allegedly.
What are you guys doing to my first pick right now? You got him sucking off senator.
Now, I will have to say, Allison, as someone who attended a open casting call, I attended the Steve Moses Memorial Batavia casting call, which was really fun to see. Pretty much like 90% of the people there were like Jimmy.
Yeah.
It was pretty much like all Jimmy, like a few other people. So if this Jimmy was able to stand out amongst all the other Jimmy types that were out there, I mean, something was there.
I like it.
Okay, let's move on.
I don't think he should have been the first pick of the draft, but congratulations, Alex.
Yeah, I'm actually.
I didn't think I was going to go first.
Well, this is why Aaron picked you first. Okay,
Exactly.
continue on.
Okay, so Beth, you have. Let's hear your first pick. Where's Beth going?
Oh,
here?
1,000% choosing Keanu Soto, who is like the most delightful looking man on my eyes.
Come on, D&D.
That would have been my first pick. Keanu was my first pick.
First of all, he looks physically fit, like he might be
It's a personal
strong,
trainer for
agile,
15
whole 9
years.
yards, right? Second, He is a dungeon master in D&D. So he's all about
yeah.
strategy and thinking outside the box and relationships and a little bit of game theory in there and such, understanding statistics to a certain extent. I think that those are all going to be wonderful things. And I'm just going to put it out there. If you are someone who is hot, as long as he is tolerable, he will at least go a few weeks. That's just how I feel. So I was like,
Yeah.
he just seems like a no-brainer first pick for me. That's why I just chose him.
I like
For
it.
me.
He looks like he
Mostly
watches
just because I
Stranger
wanna watch
Things too. I bet he watches Stranger Things.
I do. I think that he is like a legitimate fan. Like, I don't think he could be recruited, but like he's talking about like other seasons than like Big Brother 16 or Big Brother 26. So that's always like a big plus for me. And also like see, he's like a dungeon master for D&D, but he's also a personal trainer. And there's another athlete slash nerdy gamer on this cast, so I feel like there's like a built-in like really good strong alliance member for him in Morgan potentially. I think this is a really great first pick, Beth. I have high hopes for Keanu. I think he's going to do pretty well in this game.
He better, because I want to look at him.
Yeah. All right.
He was my first pick. I totally agree. I think I think he was the obvious first pick, and the fact that you got him in the second pick was a steal, Beth. I'm sorry that Allison didn't leave you Jimmy, but
God
I
dang
agree.
it.
He was going to be my first pick.
I already tell. Y'all are vicious.
I can't wait when Jimmy wins Big Brother 27. We have to relay all of this friggin'
pretty
footage
much.
over and over again.
Edit
We're-
the
we're-
shit out of this
Curb Your
video.
Enthusiasm music in the background.
Or when Jimmy's first boot and she gets like Dr. Will Kirby as the 17th house guest or something.
What?
You never know. You never know.
Get Boston Rob.
All right. So, Aaron, let's hear your first pick of the night.
Okay. I had a gut instinct, and then I was gonna do the thing I did last year and pick like the second person because I think they would fall to me. But then the tiebreaker was one person wants to gun for competitions, and the other one does not. And I'm going to pick the one that wants to gun for competitions because I think they have the correct build to have a very dominant run. I'm going to pick. Give me the very good old boy Riley. Give me that.
Oh,
The bull
okay.
rider. I don't know. I don't know. Because I look
I
at
don't know
like
either.
past comp beasts. I look
Uh-huh.
at past comp beasts like McCrae and like Michael, and I feel like Riley falls in that mold. This is a person that who wants to be the hero, and I feel like somebody who wants to be the hero and is like the good old boy and is like the bull rider is gonna have a lot of weird skills. And I just feel like for some reason you're gonna look at this cast and you'll be like, well, he's definitely not winning, and then he wins like 5-6 things, and you're like, I don't know. I just have a feeling. I have a feeling he's gonna be in the majority alliance. I have a feeling he's gonna be like included. I feel like it's gonna be a boys club this year as a reaction to last year. I just kind of get that vibe.
I get the vibe that we don't have girls on the cast.
Right.
get the
So that's
vibe
why
that
I'm
we
like
get very
I'm like looking at the guys.
girls
I'm like,
who
who
will
would
just
be
whatever
like?
boys want. Yeah.
Wasn't it
Yeah.
Amy that said she was bringing in the girl gang into the Big Brother house?
Yeah, but how long is she really going to
And then
be
they
around
get
this?
in there, and then they see the guys, and they're like, actually, never mind. We're not doing that.
I feel like this is reheated nachos of Frenchie from Big Brother 23.
Reheated nachos.
Yeah, it's an expression where like we've seen
Is
this
it?
before. It is on TikTok. I don't know.
I don't think he's Frenchie though.
That's what the kids
I don't
are
see a
saying.
Frenchie from him though.
Tyler, I think you're DTMing right now.
Yeah.
Zims.
So my only hang up with him is like in his like bio interview thing, he said like a million times like, I just love everybody, peace and love to everybody. Like this is a great, like I feel like if he does like win all these competitions, he's not gonna know what to do with people like getting mad at him for like nominating them and stuff like that. So I feel like there's some like conflicting words in his bios.
I get Fabio upside. I get somebody that
Mm.
people believe that they are going to want to string along because he's winning everything, and he's also like not gonna drive the bus, and then people vote for him because he didn't betray them. So it's kind of where I'm leading with this.
I should have watched
Yeah.
the videos.
Apparently, he has a newborn and left the baby mama to come on to Big Brother.
Hey, I would too. And even if it came out of my vag, it's staying home.
Apparently, she's not happy about it.
I'd have the baby on the stage and say, Julie, hold it.
All right, we all set to move on. Any other words about Riley?
No.
No.
All right. Okay, so my first pick of the night is going to be Morgan.
That's who I almost picked.
Morgan is my winner pick for Big Brother 27. First, I like her age. She is 33 or 34. Yeah, 33. So she's not
33,
like
yeah.
one of these like young kids like playing this game, right?
Spring chicken.
She's a former D1 athlete and a professional like Twitch streamer. She mentioned season 5 and season 6 in her bio. She says that her favorite Big Brother moment is when Janelle takes the key from Jennifer and says, "Give me that key, bitch." So I love that. Tells me that she's like a legit fan of this game. A lot of her answers are talking about like leading with empathy, like not winning so many competitions that you're getting like a huge target on your back, and understanding that like you can't be in power like the entire season. I don't know. I feel like a very level-headed person here. I really hope that her and Keanu like hit it off in terms of like a good alliance. I feel like they could really cover each other very well in a like Danielle and Jason kind of way. So yeah, I don't know.
They're
Like just
both
a lot of
33. So they're like
Yeah.
both at a good age. That they could like really run it. I think.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So yeah, I see her winning physical comps. Like she has like the right like stature to like do well in the wall comp. I think that she could do some like mental comps like very well also. I don't know. There's just a lot of upside, and I don't really see like any downside for her. I see a very well-rounded player in Morgan. So that's my pick.
What's
I
a
do,
D1
and that's
athlete?
because I was deciding between Riley and Morgan. I really wanted to pick Morgan, but then
Yeah.
I was like, I feel like she's gonna pay the invoice for Chelsea, because if I walked in that house and I saw Morgan, I would be like, I would get Chelsea vibes, and I feel like people would have like antennas for that
Mm.
kind of a play, especially if they get that in Sequester and they like watch the season and have it like fresh in their mind of that archetype of a player. I do think Morgan is like a good player to play around it. I feel like she'll have the skill set for it, and I want her to do well. I just wasn't sure how hung up people would be on like an archetype that just won, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I could see that. Any other thoughts on Morgan?
What's a D1 athlete?
Division
Like-
1.
Division 1, yeah.
What does
In
that
college.
mean?
Top of the
In college,
there's
a Division 1
divisions.
athlete are the ones that normally are televised and get scholarships and
What's the
such.
sport
Mhm.
though? What's the sport?
Track and field.
So she plays track and field.
Well, actually, that's
I mean,
really
there's a
good
lot of
for
like
Big
running back
Brother.
and forth
Yeah,
and
speed.
comps lately.
Speed is important. So
Aim.
that's actually really good.
Throwing,
Yep.
You have
agility.
to label
Yep.
everything. You're just an athlete.
All right. So Andrew, let's hear your first pick of 2.
I'm so torn.
God.
This draft didn't go how I expected it to go.
There's
I'm
no
not
big
picking.
busty blonde.
I'm not picking the blonde.
We love that character development for you.
I am. Oh. I'm gonna go Clifton Williams.
Oh yeah,
Miss-
good.
Oh, Captain
good.
Will?
yeah, Captain Will.
These picks are very surprising to me.
I love this.
Go ahead, Andrew.
So I'm trying to be a little more strategic with my draft, especially with the great order that Aaron gave me this year. these are the two times I'm going to actually be able to make picks and not be forced what's left. So I'm trying to go archetypes that I think. I like the fact that he's a sports podcaster. I think that that's going to make him very well liked. I think
Oh,
he
will we
just
get some
looks
podcasting clips, you think, Andrew?
possibly. I just think he's a likable person from the looks, and I think he'll be one that's there for a long time. Am I getting winner vibes? But I'm definitely getting late game.
Yeah. Don't sleep on these older folks, man. I'm telling you.
I
Don't
did
do
like
it.
that he called out who was the guy that like the older guy that like wanted to quit last season's
Kenny.
Kenny. Yeah, he like in his interview he was like, I'm not a quitter like Kenny, like I will like you know what you signed up for, like I'm gonna stick around, I'm gonna play this game out. So I'm happy to see that his heart is in it. I just like I'm always weary about like the older person's like chances is my only thing. But
I don't know. It just it was between to me. It was him and this isn't going to be my second pick, but him and Ashley were the two that I was playing between.
How old
Okay.
is he?
50.
Ashley's the lawyer from New York.
I'm just scrolling up the page.
Yeah.
But she was just. I'm ready to get blood on my hands. Seeing the lawyer, I was afraid
Yeah.
of a little bit too much too early.
Oh
so
yeah,
that's why.
yeah, I like her. Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, I
She's
like
great.
her a lot, but this is the direction that I'm currently ready to go. And
Sure.
then my second pick will be a completely different direction.
Mhm.
Let's hear it.
Are we ready for it? Are we done talking
Yeah.
about Captain Wilmer?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with who I think is the new Danielle Murphy
Oh
Ooh.
yeah.
and pick Lauren.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. What do you see in her that reminds you of Danielle Murphy?
So first off, she's a Southern girl, right? She's very, 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 very much a super fan. She's been watching about it from the beginning. She talks about it. What I liked, because she's one of the few videos I watched. I watched like 3 of the videos. And what I liked about her is when it said I'm coming into a set strategy, she said, no, I don't have a set strategy because I need to see how the other players are going to play before I can select what my strategy is going to be.
I've been saying that for years. You don't know what you're going to do until you get in there.
And it was that quote that
Yes
made
and
me
no.
like her. So
Ooh.
I, with the second pick, am going away from the blonde to the brunette and picking Lauren.
I will say what you need to know is how people see you in both positive and negative lights. And then you develop how will I react to that, or what do I need to play up to eliminate my threat level. That is pretty much universal to say, if it's this way, I do that. If this way, I do it. And that's what Steve Moses did and this won him the game. So I do think that there are times that you can go into the house with a strategy, but it has to revolve around you and not other people, because you can't control what other people are going to do.
Yeah. She does mention Keisha's birthday and Dan's funeral as like some of her favorite moments. So like you're right, Andrew. Like she is definitely like one of our like legitimate fans this season. So that
Is
makes
she?
me really happy.
You could just
So,
put in
like-
Big Brother into a Google search and see 2 clips, and those are going to be the pop up. So like,
Hey,
okay.
that's more research than like some of these recruits do. So even if that's true, like I feel like Keisha's birthday is like a deep cut at this point. It's sad to say, but yeah, I don't think this is a bad pick, Andrew. My only concern with her is very likely to showmance, I think. So as long as she like keeps her heart like in the game, I just don't want like like America. I loved her, but like she kind of played like no game. And that's my fear with Lauren, but I do, and America was also like a big super fan as well. So I hope that Lauren has a little more agency than America did.
My strategy is not to pick who I think is the winner, but think who I think will be in the long game. And I think I went with 2 very long game picks.
Yeah.
And I don't see either of these 2 going in the first couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I also think there's quite a few of the women are young and her age, and I could see her making bonds pretty well to go far, to your point.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I have the next pick of the night,
I'll be
and
right back.
so we were talking about her a little bit already, but I'm gonna go ahead and snag Ashley. I'm kind of surprised that she's still on the board. This low down. I think she like has a really great energy in her like video interview that she did with Mike Bloom. She is like a legit fan of the game. I think being like a lawyer in New York, I think is very like there are worse careers to have like a good Big Brother player come out of. I don't know. I think she is a very like well-rounded player that I think could really do some damage. Like she kind of gives me like Kalia from Big Brother 13 vibes. And Kalia was like really like one of my favorite players that season. But she calls herself like a strategy assassin, so I think she's like really ready to play like a good strategic game. And I hope like Aaron, like you said, like the threat level of like Chelsea's win being like right after is certainly something to worry about. But I think Ashley can adapt pretty well. I have nothing really bad to say about her either. What do you guys think of Ashley?
Well, I love the New York lawyer aspect of it because shit, I've been to New York a couple of times. You guys live there. You be an attorney there? Oh my god. She'd take a shit from anybody. Serious.
She'll also be able to be very, articulate with how the argument will come out.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
very nice thing about having a law degree. Hopefully.
She says that her favorite winner is Andy, which I think is really interesting. Like a lot of like bigger like super fans say like Andy played a very underrated game and he's one of the best winners of all time, but you don't really see him ever get his roses from like the casuals or like recruits. You know what I mean? So I was happy to see like an Andy name drop here from her. So yeah, that's my second pick. All right, Aaron,
Okay.
pick number 2.
Yeah, for pick number 2, I'm debating between 2 people. Again, I do have a third, but I feel like that third I'll save for the end if nobody picks them. I'm debating between Mr. Wawa, the second coming of Quinn and Joseph, Vince, and the second coming of Matt in Zach. And because Zach had a really detailed strategy that I really liked, especially in terms of like echoing Secret Alliance vibes with like he wants a final 2 that nobody can guess, which I think is I like the thought. But Vince feels more put together in the fact that he does not want to lie, because he doesn't want to do that thing where he like forgets a detail and then like, oh, I lied about my age, or then that like he wants to actually be as straightforward. And like, I'm trying to imagine like if Quinn and Joseph had been more straightforward, would they've done better? Gosh, it's hard. It's hard to pick between these two. I'm going to go. Okay, I'm gonna go with my gut instinct. I will pick Zach, but I want Vince to do well. I'll pick Zach. I want Vince to do well, though. If Vince shaves his mustache, I would feel a lot more confident in Vince. But I feel like the second Vince walks in with that mustache, they're going to be like, this is the devious superfan strategist, even though he's not going to do that. But he looks like that. And
they're going to find out he's from California. And
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm going to pick Zach. Georgia, and I was debating between Zach and Vince, who's in the corner there, because I was just like, I feel like if Vince can get through the first couple weeks, I feel like Vince would do really well. But I just feel like Zach had a plan, and his strategy thing was like the longest of anybody's. And I just feel like, marketing manager, I just feel he's kind of like boring, but in a good way.
Yeah, I get that vibe from him.
He's gonna be in that alliance, and I feel like as long as there's not an Angela to be like, which I don't think we're gonna have. I think Zach will be set up to do well. I feel like Zach is gonna blend in. Because I feel like there's other guys that are gonna be targeted before him. I feel like, again, like Matt, half Filipino, which that's so specific, but like, I don't know. I feel like they really want the Matt thing to work, and if Big Brother wants the Matt thing to work, they're going to try to do it with Zach, and I feel like Zach's going to be here for a very long time if they have
Yeah.
anything to say about it. So I'm just going to pick Zach.
I think like go ahead and lock him in for like late game. I think he's just a like very generic guy that will like certainly make jury, maybe be in a showmance, maybe like use a veto or two, like be a part of the majority alliance. Like that's kind of like the vibe I'm getting. Kind of like Cam last season. Like that's kind of like the gameplay level I see from him. But like you're right, like he is very like detailed in his game plan like preseason. So like I don't know, there's hope there. I could see it.
And a minor league baseball player, I just feel like he's going to be good at competitions. So
Yeah, definitely. All right, Beth, you have the next pick on the board.
I'm also struggling with who I want to go for, but you know what? I'm gonna roll the dice on somebody who I could see either going out really early or making a deep run, and I'm gonna go for Mickey Lee.
Oh,
All right.
Yes.
So
I knew that was the pick when you said what you said.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
get the vibe. So here's the thing. I think that she comes from, event planning, understanding logistics and that kind of thing, right? From the very little bit about the bio I just read, seems like she's very confident. And what I am afraid of is implicit biases with Black women have like not normally turned out well for them in the Big Brother house, especially with them getting rid of diversity initiatives. I don't know how well like CBS and Paramount are setting people up for success in certain ways, like, is it going to like the people who are on the show, are they going to be more susceptible to it, how it used to be before the diversity initiatives, right? So that's what I worry about. But I like her vibe. I love a confident woman who wants to be friends with everybody in the beginning of the game and wants to just feel like nobody thinks that she's thinking strategically, but that she's going to be going and really trying to feel out people. Anybody who makes an alliance the first couple of days, those things to me are never real. Like, so if she's somebody who's just willing to be friendly to people and people don't think of her that way, I could see her making a really deep run into the game.
I totally agree. Like I like her energy a lot. I feel like once she gets power with like an HOH or something, like I think that she will have the stones to make like a big move that other house guests like would not want to do or have the courage to do. So I think she'd be a really fun HOH. I do like her energy a lot. Like it's very confident, it's very like self-assured. I hope that she is like a part of the majority alliance, and I think that I don't know. I think this is a good pick. I do like her age too. She's 35, so I don't know. I like the house guests that are like
she also just seems like she has a youthful energy for 35. So like that's part of the reason why I chose her. Is I just was like, if you're going to be in the 30s, you either have to be a young 30 or you have to be like feels like they can kick it with the kids 30. And I think that's what she is.
Yeah. All right. Allison, you ready for your second pick?
Now, am I doing my second and third?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I don't have many. Yeah. So I'm going with Vince.
Oh.
Vince Panero. He's unemployed. I love this that I read. My strategy coming into the Big Brother house is to compartmentalize this game down into weekly mini games of Big Brother, as if they don't do that every week. I don't know. I just love. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have it, but I just thought that was interesting.
Is it because he's the closest looking to Nicolas Cage in the house?
It's probably has something to do with it, but I'm kind of like, like Aaron, he could shave. He could shave his mustache, take off the beanie, and get a haircut. He dresses like my son. My son wears that. If you've seen pictures of my son, you've seen him in a black t-shirt, a black and red flannel, and a freaking beanie.
There you go.
Bless my
Yeah.
son's heart, he can't grow a full stash.
If I was in the house, I would be completely all over Vince.
Oh,
All over Vince.
Well,
Yeah, I have a beanie already. I have plaid in the closet. I just didn't put it on. I just feel like this would be something I would align with really like very easily. I just feel so nervous for Vince because I hope. Okay, it's really important for Vince to establish his reputation in the first couple weeks as a
Yes.
trustworthy person, because
mhm.
if there's even a hint of strategy in there, I feel like they're gonna look at him like a Quinn and Joseph and go like, nope, too much chaos. We cannot have that. There's already too many 50 billion twists with mysteries. We don't need another mystery on top of that. But if he gets past that and is able to be like, oh no, he's different, then I could be like, okay, maybe I could see him going far. But yeah,
I'm not a fan.
I feel like he's going to be a first boot, and I'm going to get the replacement. No,
I'm not a fan. In his what I'm going to bring to the Big Brother house, he was like me. He comes off a little too cocky for me and a little too out there. I'm just not sure that he was my first boot pick.
Wow. Okay.
well, see, I'm being
Yeah.
strategic here as well by thinking I might be picking first boots for a reason.
There you go. Allison's playing the long game here.
Playing
She's
the long
not playing
game.
a
She's
week-to-week game like Vince is. You know?
I like how you
Allison-
said she's playing the long game as if it's not the first thing that would happen in the draft. If
She's-
she did vote out the person who goes for, or did select that person.
Allison's playing chess while we're playing checkers. So
Exactly.
And I don't know.
I
how to
do.
play
I do have. I have a little more faith in him than like. I think he's going to do better than Joseph did last year. I feel like he has. I feel like he cares a little bit more about playing than Joseph did. You know, Joseph was so like, I'm too cool for this, like whatever. But I get a sense that Vince like really wants to play this game. So I feel like it's going to be more like Turner upside from Big Brother 24 rather than Joseph. So yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see how Vince does, but I think this is a good pick, Allison. I like it.
I don't know who my third pick is because you bastards have taken my peoples. So I'm just going to keep the momentum going. My third pick is Amy Bingham
Ooh,
All right.
from Stockton, California. She's an insurance agent.
Oop.
And she said, I want to compete on Big Brother because I feel I can win. I know I can win. I feel like it's a game of strategy and connections, and I'm good at building connections with people. Huh?
Is she gonna talk like that the whole season? You think?
I have no idea. I feel like I should watch the videos. But I don't,
Looks like
I feel like
AI. Maybe she's just an actual AI character.
I feel like this is a game of strategy and connections. Well, no shit, Sherlock. You're playing Big Brother. What do you think is happening?
I think
Go ahead.
I think Allison walked into this to try to show you what not to do in a Big Brother draft because I'm also not a fan of this pick.
yeah.
I'm trying to be strategic.
There you go.
Yeah, one of them's going home first. I do
I'm
that.
I mean,
getting-
this is the girl that was saying, "I'm bringing in the girl gang." She feels very OTT to me. I
Why
just,
does everyone shit on OTTs?
but there's a good OTT and a bad OTT. I think Beth got the good OTT, and I think you got the bad OTT.
You know what? I agree with that
Division
statement.
there. Yeah.
Mark this down on July 9th at
That
8:58.
was
July
a hit.
9th.
Beth agreed with an Andrew
Yeah.
Gibson statement.
Watch Amy become an iconic house guest. But yeah.
Hey, she could. I kind of get like Jessica from Big Brother 21 vibes, and let us not forget Queen Jessica
Botox.
won that wall comp
Oh.
and put Mickey and
Oh.
Jack
She
on the
sure
wall.
did not
together.
win that wall comp. She sure fell off it when
Off the wall, yeah.
You're right. You're right. You're so right. I just
Yeah,
remember
she
that.
did.
I'm
Yeah.
sitting over here planning ahead, goofballs. Y'all are like, oh, I've got the hard ass real players. Shut up. I'm picking the shit list because I really feel like I'm going to get the person, the mystery guest. I feel like I cannot lose at this
You
point.
realize you have to get the second voted out to get the mystery guest.
Baby, I probably got the first 8 seconds.
Yeah.
You might have the
Vince and
third
Amy.
too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I may be done in 2 weeks from today. Well, I'm off the board. What else do you want from me?
Hey, that has happened before on our drafts here.
I'm
But
gonna
yeah.
say there's
Go ahead.
some people every single year that whatever angle they choose is just not the flattering one, and this
Mhm.
is not the flattering one for this woman.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And it's always one or two people, and I think it's so rude of Big Brother to do that.
Purpose, dude. You know they do. Fuckers.
She
Uh.
looks like the competition where there's 3 different people's faces, like
Yeah.
elements of their faces together. Like that's what
That's what she looks like.
angle.
She looks like a face meld.
Yeah.
I don't want to bless her heart. I'm sure she's a wonderful person, but if you go to the parade article and look at her picture really big, she has a flap underneath her nose,
Yeah, they
above her
really did
lip.
not do her any
See,
favors.
I am so convinced this is not a real person, that this is going to be an AI player of some sort.
She does
Jamie
have
got
her
an
on the
AI
reels.
generated look. Yeah,
Don't you
I've
think
seen
she
video of
looks like she's
her.
been generated by AI? And if you know
Janky got a
what? If you were
girlfriend.
born naturally, good for you. But I just
That's not
Her
natural.
interview
if you
was
had-
the
or if you had
shortest by
plastic
far.
surgery and all that stuff, I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
But
I
like,
just think she's seen Dr. Will one too many times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
Does that inform your pick,
got
Beth?
that buy one get one.
I genuinely think that she's kind of a player who'd be like a rock star or someone who is of that archetype that will
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
go to jury. I could see her being a Victoria. I could see her being anything in between there. And I actually do think she has a chance to be someone who goes all the way to the end. And it sounds like, just from the way that her bio reads, I could see her being a goat.
I'm not touching that. One at all.
All right. Well, Beth, go ahead and give us your last draft pick of the night.
I want to be very clear that I'm not trying to make fun of her looks. I'm trying to make fun of production for doing this because there were just
Terrible.
angles
They
that
did her dirty.
they did
They
her
did.
dirty.
They really did.
It's bad.
Okay. I think I'm actually gonna go for I'm between 3 different women,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna go for Catherine Woodman.
Oh.
Dang, that was my next pick.
So I just have this vibe that Catherine and Lauren are gonna. Is it your pick, Andrew? That's Lauren,
Mhm,
right?
mhm, that's
Mhm.
one.
I just get this vibe that they're gonna be like the Gen Z pretty girl alliance, but I get good strategic vibes from them. Actually, I don't get in BB21 pretty girls being mean and not good at the game
Yeah.
vibes. I'm getting they run it, and I think that there's some guys here and some women here that would join them. I don't know. I can already just see the two of them in a hammock together hanging out, and I just feel like that is a powerful kind of thing that we don't overlook enough, I think.
Yeah.
In this game. So
Go ahead, Andrew.
We know I normally pick the blonde. I could not pick someone who says I can't keep a straight face when I genuinely don't like people very much. Although she says I have no idea and still ends up giving me the money at the end of their service. That's a short interaction, and I'm afraid she won't be able to hold that over 100 days.
Oh, I'm telling you straight up, I don't think she will. but I think that she will have connections in the house that won't mind or will actually like it because it'll make her a bigger target for them, like within the alliance, because she's got pretty privilege at the end of the
Oh,
day.
I'm getting Regina George vibes like all day long.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. She had like a gentler energy in her like video interview though, and I think like she has that like southern charm about her as well. I really like that she has a degree in public relations and she's a waitress. Like I feel like she has all this like people accommodating experience. Like I think her saying that she can't fake like not liking somebody. I feel like that's just like a line that was fed to her or something like that because the energy and like her answers for everything else in her bio are like I feel like contradicting that. But I don't know. I really liked Catherine's. I don't know how else to say it except like I liked her energy in the video. Like she didn't seem like a kind of like Haley from Big Brother 20. Andrew, like that's kind of like the energy that I get from her.
I get from her, but I think that she has more. I get the feeling that she's more assertive in a strategic way.
Yeah,
than Haley was.
Definitely. And she also said like everybody got asked like, do you want to be a hero or a villain in the house? And she said, honestly, it's going to depend on like how much I like or dislike like the people in the house. And I really like that answer. So I feel like she's really going into this game like weighing her options and stuff. And I don't know. I 2 thumbs up for me. And this is my third pick overall. Like I was surprised to see her get this low, but yeah. All right, Aaron.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay out the scene for those of you who are listening / watching this. The 4 people who are left are Adrian, the young carpenter kid who like built Big Brother challenges. We have Zay, who I'm surprised. Okay, I'm trying to figure out Zay. And then there's the girl. There's Kelly, the web designer from South Dakota. It's like a world traveler and a farm kid.
That accent
and then we have
drive me nuts.
we have
sorry.
We have Ava from New York, who I feel like could be the next coming of Caitlin Herman.
Oh hell yeah!
Which
I can only hope.
That's not at all the hippie vibe I got from her.
Just reading the bio. I haven't seen the video yet. But here's why I'm going to pick Ava, though. Is because I don't know what it is about Big Brother and people from New York, the Jersey area. They do really well, whether it is a Gina Marie, whether it is an Enzo or a Cody. Like, they're just going to be there. And I just feel like out of the 4 people now, if Ava could also be a first boot, I could see that totally, like an innocuous person that they just put on the block and they're like, all right, get rid of the aura painter. But if she makes it through, I really feel like Ava could go really far. And I just feel like she has that New York, Jersey upside. I don't know. I'm just gonna take a chance on this one. Yeah, because my gut said maybe pick like the web designer Kelly, but I want to be entertained, and I really feel like.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is that she doesn't give me Caitlin Herman vibes. She gives me Lower East Side theater person,
and I love her for it.
That kind of hippie. So not the pretentious California-esque stuff that you get from Caitlin Herman. She's going to give me more like really out there, like the people in Rent, like that's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that.
It's going to be so good.
That's so excited. The kind of vibe I'm getting from her. She gives me
Avenue Q.
Full either right before the jury or is on the jury, no problem vibes for sure. I genuinely almost chose her for that very reason.
Yeah. I was like, when in doubt, pick the New York person.
I
so I was like, all right,
she's like a threat.
Yeah. Yeah. And I honestly, I do feel like if there is like a guys alliance, I somehow get the vibe that she would be one of the girls.
I think she'd work with them
because there's not going to be that whole like showmance aspect with Ava. I don't think they're gonna like see her as a threat. I feel like they'll be like, this is a nice person. fun to be around, that we can, work with, and she'll do what we say. That's kind of the way I think they'll perceive her, but I think she'll go far.
She's gonna be the girl Johnny Mac.
There we go.
I get like first boot vibes from Ava.
Well, then
I
I'll
think
get house guest
Like
16.
6
It's
times,
fine.
Tyler. You can't pick 6 first boots.
Listen, you don't know what the twist is. Maybe like it's an early checkout for like half of the house guests for this mystery hotel thing.
Oh no, not a night.
Yeah, I don't know. She gives me like a Nick from Big Brother Canada 2, who was a like Reiki master in the first boot. But like I understand that like Big Brother like kind of dresses these people up more as like caricatures of like who they actually are. So like I wouldn't be surprised if she gets in there and she's like way more normal than like how they're aura painting her out to be here.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. Big question mark for me.
I don't know. They mean
she's gonna get so many auras from those paintings. So many auras.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna be going with.
Zay,
I'm gonna
Adrian,
go.
or Kelly?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Kelly.
Dang it, Tyler!
I'm sorry, Andrew. Isaiah is just like not doing it for me, and then Adrian also not doing it for me. So Kelly's the one that I feel like is. Yeah, go ahead.
I think this is a great pick, and I wanted to take her earlier. I actually thought she would drop low. I thought I was going to get her there for a minute. I get Nicole Anthony vibes so much from this girl about us just seeing a real growth story with her that resonates with people in the house.
Yeah.
I love this person. I love this pick. I just didn't think y'all would, and I really thought I was going to get her.
Yeah, it's funny that you say Nicole Anthony. I was getting more like Christine Brecht from Big Brother 16, like those kind of vibes, but I like your fan fiction like way better. So if she can get far, like I think that would be great. She says that she's like traveled to like 42 countries, so I feel like that makes like a person that can like adapt to different environments and connect with different kinds of people and stuff like that. She seems to be like a fan of the show. She is totally fine with being a villain, she says, which is always good. She's just a little quirky. You like, is she gonna fit in with Lauren and Catherine and Zach? You know what I mean? Like, if there's like a pretty boys and pretty girls alliance, like this girl is doomed. But if she can like be a little like quirky and like a little wackadoodle and like a fun rootable way, then I'm glad she's gonna be on my team. So yeah, I think this rounds out my team like very well. I'm very happy that I was able to snag her here.
You know what vibe I get from Kelly? It's really specific, and like if you know this show, go with me. Anybody familiar with the 2000s reboot of Zoom?
Yes.
I get Zoe vibes. It was the first thing I thought of when I saw Kelly. I said, "Oh my god, it's Zoe from Zoom, grown up."
Yes.
And
really, I love that. I love that
really
reference.
Good. I have a really good. I feel like really good vibes. With
also
Kelly.
first house guest from South Dakota. Also, I think that's
and I didn't know what to make of that, and I didn't know how to like. I was like, ooh, because that could go.
Yeah.
One of a few ways. It could be like, well, since nobody else is really from that region, it could be hard for her to fit in. But if they really like the South Dakota charm, then it could work out really well for her.
I would say this. I will say this. You ever been to South Dakota? I have. I don't mean to brag, but I will. I've been to Sioux Falls, South Dakota 30 years ago. My brother's first wife is from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And when they were married, she came down to they were still living in South Dakota, and they came down in the summer of 98 to visit. Okay. And it was such a culture shock for her. She had never been around. I mean, it was very different for her. She was crying sometimes because she just was overwhelmed with everything. And I'm just curious because if you've ever been to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. That is the whitest place I've ever seen in my life. Okay, and
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it is. And this she had never really been around, and I mean, it was just kind of a lot. And I'm just kind of curious if she, especially growing up on a farm there, how she's going to handle the
Being around
different
people of different backgrounds.
people in
She's
the
been to
house. I
like
don't think it's going to be
44
negative
countries,
at all.
right? She's a world traveler,
Oh,
Kelly.
she is. See, I don't know that. I
Yeah.
don't know that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't see that part, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, you can be a world traveler, but you get to go home. You're not going to
Right,
get
true.
to go home. You're going to be in the Big
True.
Brother house for fucking 90 days or whatever. So I'm just curious. I'm not saying it's going to be a bad experience, thing negative. I'm just saying I'm just curious
No, it could
Yeah.
how
be.
that's.
Yeah. All right, Andrew,
I don't envy your choice, dear.
Adrian
Okay,
or Zaya?
No, it's an easy choice. It's an easy choice because I cannot pick the third California brother. So I am going to go with Adrian.
Adrian, yeah, that makes sense.
Wait, is he really the third Calafiore brother?
No, but like basically.
Could be.
I was like, wait, what? I thought he was from Utah.
Yes, he's from.
He's the Mormon nephew.
Yeah.
The kid knows the game. He builds challenges. He's gonna do okay. I don't think he's a first boot. I don't think he's a winner. But I cannot pick Zay. I can't. If Zay would have buttoned 2 more buttons on his shirt, I might have picked him. But I
Zay
can't.
is giving 2005 metrosexual quote
Yes.
unquote vibe.
Yes.
He looks
Oh,
like
God.
yesified.
Especially because he's from Utah in particular. Like,
And he's
Yeah.
only 23. I thought he was like 10 years older, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Now, the fact that we're talking about more who I didn't pick than I did shows you how much faith we have in Adrian. But
I think he has Cedric upside.
I was just
I
gonna say
think
the same thing, Aaron.
yeah.
but I think he still kind of goes with a well-rounded out team for me of 3 different personalities with 3
Yeah.
different types of place, which gives me hopefully longevity.
Yeah.
But I am praying now that I don't get first boot because I do not want Zay on my team.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think I'm gonna
rethinking
end
my
up with Zay.
strategy.
I think he's going to do better than we think.
Oh yeah, he definitely will.
He's
Especially-
even okay. So I like to read look at the outfits that they're wearing. Who is he? He is a combination shirt wise of Ian and Steve,
Mhm.
and those are the vibes I got from him too.
Which one are we talking about?
Adrian.
Adrian.
Okay. I thought you were comparing Ian and Steve to Zay, and I was a little
Nope.
No.
No, so Ian wore that brown, like that 1 or 2 button kind of V-neck shirt in his promo, and then Steve had the checkered shirt that was blue. And so I'm saying like, oh, this is the archetype. I'm just reading the signs and such right there, right? That may or may not even be intentional, but they did want Steve to wear blue to try to differentiate him from Ian. So I don't know. They think about those things. So I don't know. I just get those vibes. I think, if he's like that, I think you can absolutely see him go far in the game.
I also get a little Michael Bruner vibes from him, especially from the competition standpoint. I think he could win a lot just because Michael wasn't the big showboat, but he won a bunch of stuff, even though he wasn't the strong muscle man. I get that kind of a competition vibe. So if the competitions are the right type of competitions, I think he could excel.
Yeah.
Oh, and to answer your question, Mary, the person who goes first will be replaced by Zay, and then the person that goes second will be replaced by the 17th house guest.
Yep. All right, friends.
Look at that.
Well-
Hold on a second. I'm looking at Team Aaron, and I'm looking. Is that Ava with the hat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm getting Blossom vibes from
Right?
her.
Yeah. Yes, right, yes. I have team. Well, I almost picked Vince. I almost had Team Hat, but
And that I was just saying, I wish you would have taken Vince.
Yeah.
Ford
That's
looks
funny.
late 90s,
Something like
early 2000s to me. I mean, everything about it.
Oh my God, though. Wait, hold on. If you look from my team from top to bottom, it looks like the blonde is dripping out of Keanu's head and it has gone down.
Yes.
You see the
It
blonde
also-
at the very end of his. It's so
He's
I also
dripping.
could see Team Beth being a really good face morph competition, like all
Yeah.
three of
Yes.
them together.
Yeah.
the end result was look like Amy.
What?
Okay.
That's so
I've already won the face
It's so
morph competition. It's mine.
I actually like all of our
Oh,
teams. I think we have
Amy.
really like balanced teams between all of us.
I don't have a
really happy
balanced
with
I
my
think
team.
four of us
Are you
do.
blind? What are you
So
looking
happy
at?
with my team. Yeah.
That's the worst team. My team's terrible. And
Well,
I thought
remember
I
you
was
had
being
Angela and Kenny,
strategic.
and we all thought you were going to do horrible, and then you had Angela and other people. They made
That was not.
a team.
That was not strategic.
Neither was this.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew,
Alrighty.
okay.
Well, there we have it, guys. There is our official draft for Big Brother 27. So definitely let us know in the chat or in the comments who you think has the best team, who you think has the first and second boot, all of that fun stuff. But yeah, so we'll be back tomorrow to talk about the season premiere, right? Question mark?
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Real
Yeah.
quick, I'm feeling like if there's ever been a question as to why I've never been cast on Big Brother, look at my team. I feel
Look at your
like
choices.
choices because I feel like in Survivor last season with Joe, when he's sitting at tribal council and they did the zoom in of him looking at everybody as they're talking, and they do the montage.
That's
That
you.
is me playing Big Brother. I'm sitting in the corner. Oh, it's terrible.
I love it. Alrighty. Well, we'll be back tomorrow evening to recap probably the hot mess express that is always a Big Brother premiere.
Is
and then-
tomorrow 90 or is tomorrow 60?
I think 60. I hope it's 60. I
Yeah,
feel
'cause I
like
think
those
Wednesday's
premiere
90, right?
episodes. Yeah, I feel like this are never good. So yeah, so we'll talk about the house and the house guests and stuff, and hopefully find out who the 17th house guest is tomorrow too.
Yeah.
So excited about that.
If I'm not here tomorrow and for the rest of the summer,
Oh, I see.
we
This is
win.
yeah.
It is
Beth
a
Casey.
90-minute episode.
Oh, okay.
It
That
is?
makes sense.
Dang.
Yeah.
All right. So
Could you imagine
Everybody
if one of
buckle
us
up.
was the 17th house guest and then we were like, all right, thanks. And it was just a green screen of our apartment. And we're
Right?
like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm done production. Take
Yeah.
away
That would
my
be so cool.
laptop.
that would be iconic. I would love that.
Be amazing.
Alrighty. Well, we'll see you guys when we see you. Everybody have a great rest of your night. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Toodaloo.